And we're back.
Hello, we are back.
We are back.
How's it going?
It is going.
It is
Season.
going also, but I must confess I've had a very rough week, and it's gonna get even rougher. But it's all mostly good things. So we have a big week coming up next week. Very big for Vitruveo. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But on a personal front, my I got the word a couple of days ago that my dad is not doing so well. He's lost all mobility. So I made a decision that next week I'm going to fly to India, and I'm going to start operating out of India so I can be there and take care of him. For me, family comes first, But this is also my family, my Vitruveo family. But I want to be there with my dad uh, and take care of him. So yeah, so that's why it's been sort of, I said, it's been a rough week. I've spent a lot of time on the phone with doctors and things like that, and it's hard to do it, the time zone. It's a 12-hour time zone difference. So anyway, yeah, so but also so much cooking on the Vitruveo front. I always hear people in Discord, etc. Oh, they got the big news, etc. But people don't. People need to realize that not everything needs to be some super giant climactic kind of news thing. There's a lot of progress that leads up to those things, and we have been making very good progress. And next week is a big thing, big event, big milestone event for us. So let's get into that. Yeah. So and we also had the blockchain issue, which I'll talk about here also this earlier this week. So that means a lot of sort of schedule disruption, if you will. So yeah. Thanks to everyone who is sending thoughts to my dad. I really appreciate it. I think anyone who has sort of an elderly parent understands, and who's far away from them, understands how difficult it is, where you can't be there for them, but I'm committed to being there. And it really doesn't make a difference. I have an internet connection. I can operate from anywhere, as do all of us, right? So it really doesn't matter. It's a time zone difference. So yeah, I'm gonna fly out to India. I haven't finalized my booking yet, but I'll probably midweek fly out. And so next Friday, you'll probably be seeing me from India. And I don't know. I'm just going to get a one-way ticket for now, because like I said, I want to take care of my dad and be there at least a few weeks. So yeah. All right. I think we can kick things off here and
Right.
Get going. So let's add our deck to the stage, and that's going. All right, everybody, back again for another Vitruveo download. This is season 3, episode 2. It is April 12th, 2024. I'm Nick Kalyani. The download is where we review what happened in the prior week and what is coming up in the next week. So we got a few things cooking here, and I'm very excited to talk to you about those. All right, let's start off with our protocol. So we are at 22,461 wallets and 2.9 million blocks mined. So we are approaching a 3 million block milestone. So we had a bad block issue last Friday, and it was because it turns out not one, but a couple of the validators were not up to date on the latest release of the protocol. So we have since resolved that issue, and we've deployed a new release of the protocol to all the validators. I really appreciate all your cooperation on that front. And the team has been greenlit to onboard additional validators in batches. So as you will probably see from Explorer, you can see that the number of miners, they're actually, technically, I want to say this, it's a proof of authority network. So they're not miners technically, they're sealers. They seal the block. So you're going to see the sealers increasing as the team, as the validator team gets more of them onboarded. And we're going to do them in small batches, observe what happens, and then keep adding. So you have to understand that the consensus protocol we are using, click, we are unsure. It hasn't been proven yet that it can handle that many validators. So what we're going to do is keep adding them. And as we learn more, we can enhance the protocol. We can make changes to the protocol as needed, so it works and reacts to our performance requirements and our not only performance, but also sort of distribution requirements for how the load is distributed and secured across the network. So that is what's coming up. We'll do a quick check on our financials. So this past week, there have been no withdrawals from the multi-sig, but we continue to have some prior liabilities. In March, we only paid 50%, and this week the commitment, this month the commitment from the team is basically they're operating on tokens only. There are some third-party March development contracts partial that are going to come in, and so there might be a multi-sig withdrawal for that, but I don't expect that to be very large. So for right now, it's same status as last week for the finances. Let's talk about our user acquisition campaign that is underway. So we started that off. We tested things, etc. We got some good names going, and now what we have to do is we have to build on the momentum on that. This user acquisition campaign is really important, as you will see toward the end of my presentation today, on why it's important for us to keep going. But the numbers have grown well. We are almost 8,000 airdrop users. We on our X, we are approaching 17K followers. Our Discord numbers are very healthy. We're approaching 12K there. And the TVL, that's pretty much around the same there. It hasn't moved significantly, but I expect that to change next week. But right now, it's still in the $39 million range. Now, how is that number calculated? It's pretty straightforward. Take all the VTRU that's staked, or all the VTRU that's staked, and multiply that number by the current price that's there, and that's how you get that number. So we have about 22.4 K wallets, and so this number continues to go up along with the airdrop users as people stake and swap and perform those activities. Now we've had a few airdrops, but those were for existing wallets, so that didn't change the numbers at all. But starting next week, as we onboard more artists, in particular creators, you're going to see that number go up quite rapidly. All right, now let's talk about our influencer selection. So I think last week on the financial update, you saw that we had allocated some funds for influencers. So we're gonna gradually roll those funds out and impact the user acquisition program. So basically what we started off by doing is research. So we completed research on 100 plus crypto influencers. We studied what their patterns were, what their users were, etc. And we started our outreach to selected ones. The ones in there we felt that meet our criteria to get their cost info and their plans. So a lot of this is individual negotiation. Will you do this for us? How much will it be? Will you take some tokens instead of cash, etc.? So each and every one is a negotiation unto itself. And the general lead time for most people is 1 to 2 weeks, because they have to create their videos, create their content, etc. So we've got a few of them onboarded now, and we expect that next week we'll start seeing that. So our goal is to have a sustained airdrop campaign, and we'll continue to do that. And again, as I said, it is very important for us to have that sustained growth, and so that's gonna work its way. So this is an extremely vital part of our business, and we intend to make sure that we get some of the more influential people in crypto and really keep the needle moving on there. All right. Next up is information about the DaVinci grant. You all had a chance to vote on that, and we have the results now. So I have to review my notes here. But basically, what we have is some very clear contenders for the top positions, the top 3. But from there, it gets a little murky. A lot of people were tied, but also a lot of the projects weren't clear on which amount category they were going for. So what we're doing right now is going back to the projects that are in the sort of the upper echelon there, talking to them and getting clarity on what amount they actually need. And based on that, we'll rank and we'll remove the tie break and we'll announce there. But at least the top 3 are pretty clear. But I felt like if you're going to announce them, we'll just announce them all at one shot versus 3 today and like 7 later, etc. So we'll give Alex and his and for the opportunity to kind of work through and talk to the projects, and next week we'll do the announcement and disperse the funds to them and get them going. So really excited to see the turnout on this. But that's the status there. And thank you everyone for voting. I really appreciate that. I know we wanted to do this with the vote credits, but we ended up doing with the poet, and it all turned out well. So, but thank you for your cooperation in that. All right, let's talk a little about airdrops. So we did a major airdrop for the collector credits last week, and the review of that information is in progress because I've heard sporadic reports of some of the booster investors saying that they didn't get their full contingent. So we're going to make sure that everyone gets the credits there that are due to them. So there's a review in progress right now, and whatever balance is due to people, we'll make sure we'll get it out to them. The super booster airdrop is still not done. It's just a manual process, and it will be done. I promise you. Just need to make sure that we have the sort of right mechanisms in place to do a batch airdrop. That's all. But we are, as you will learn later, based on some dates I'm going to show, we are targeting end of next week to start redeeming these credits. So this is exciting time for booster investors because they are first in the line for acquiring art, and these collector credits are the way to do it. And we are targeting the end of next week for you to start doing that. So it is going to be a very exciting time next week for a lot of people in our ecosystem, and I will be the most excited of everyone. All right, let's talk about our dApps and the state of various dApps. So we'll start with scope. So there, one of the main issues is the NFT view. So the NFT viewer, we kind of deployed it, but then we determined that it requires a caching solution. One of my goals was to have the collector credits show up in there, but it turns out that the volume of that is pretty high for some users, and it takes a long time to get that information, and it also means too many queries to the blockchain, which is not a problem unto itself. But if you're going to create an app and you want to create a pleasant user experience, and right now when you have to wait for all of them to load, and the layout adjusts itself, etc., it's not a pleasant UX. So we are implementing a caching solution there. So when you request it, it caches it in your local storage in your browser. And once that's done, we'll release that NFT view feature. And then you'll also, shortly after that, be able to transfer things, etc. Now, we have had reports that the claims are inaccurate. So the claim numbers are inaccurate. So I did an audit of a number of people, and it seems like there's a pattern. There's a few users, and it's unclear what that pattern is, but there's a clear pattern that some users have slightly incorrect numbers. They're not off by a lot. So we are investigating the accuracy, and we expect that we will have that resolved and resume claims this weekend. Now, some of you are probably, I saw in Discord asking, oh, well, where's the rebase info on there? So what you need to be aware of two things. One, in scope, deliberately, we chose to keep the decimal precision to 2 digits. And the scope of the rebase, being our first rebase, is quite small. So if your balance is not large enough and the rebase actually ends up in the 6th or 8th or 5th decimal place, you're not going to see it in there. Now, if you have a large enough balance and it does make a material difference, then yeah, you should see it. That's the intent of it. So again, that will be part of the accuracy investigation we are doing. And as I said, we expect that we will resolve it and have it on this weekend. So if you do have a large enough stash and it does occur where the rebase changes the first 2 decimal points, then you will see that rebase info. But if it's not in the first 2 decimal points, you're going to have to wait for probably another rebase or 3, maybe even for that number to grow significantly enough to appear in those decimal places. So it's a question of decimal accuracy more than anything else. But we'll make sure that we get that going. Now, the community has provided a list of scope requirements. So that was Stephen K. who suggested that we should do that. And thanks. And in addition to his list, there's another community member. I forget the handle of that user, but they have provided an amazingly comprehensive list. So I will be sure to put those requirements into a document, and what I want to do is publish that as the roadmap. So I'll look through those, prioritize them, ask for your feedback on them, and we'll publish that as a roadmap for Scope. And our goal for Scope has always been, Scope is not a product that's ever going to be complete. It's going to be a lifelong sort of development thing. But what we'll do with the roadmap is essentially say, okay, the estimated work and effort on this is 1 week or so, and so we'll start putting some tentative dates on that, so you can start seeing increasing features every week, hopefully, in going with the agile kind of development methodology in Scope. But we'll be going with the requirements that you asked for. Once we publish that roadmap, I'd love for the community to take a deeper look at it and give more feedback on it, because really what we want to do is make sure the development of it progresses according to what the community wants. Now, just in the spirit of full disclosure, I'll just have you know that the sole developer on Scope right now is me. So no one else has touched it, but I want to look at those requirements and see if it warrants us, pulling a developer from another of our projects, because there's a lot of mission critical stuff we are developing right now, and we are maxed out on capacity. We literally have we don't have any developer just sitting around twiddling their thumbs saying, oh, what should I do? I mean, like literally people working overtime, etc. So whatever development we're going to do on Scope, that's basically going to be my time to get it done. And I don't mind. I like it. It's a labor of love. I love to do it. But if we have to, we'll pull in another developer. So we'll get that going. And I'm really excited about it, because I've always wanted, my vision for Scope has always been, you go to a dashboard and the front page there is always live. It's showing current prices, it's showing performance, it's showing blocks, it's allowing you to drag sliders around and view how things change based on external inputs and things like that. So that's always been the vision. And if you actually, there are some hidden pages in Scope, and if you hit those pages, you'll see that there's already calculators and all that mock developed, and so it's a very short sort of reach to take your specific requirements and implement them directly in there. But again, since we don't have a ton of extra developer resources or a ton of capital, I'm working on that, because it is technically an internal application. So we want to prioritize it and get it built. So I'm excited to do that for you. All right, so VTRU stake. So those issues have been resolved and staking is operational. I have knowledge from the moderation team that there are 3-4 users having issues, and we are looking into their case. But for the most part, it looks like that is all normal. Now, the thing we are working on with VTRU is we are coming up with some additional stake programs. So we'll finalize those and announce them as soon as we've done the homework on them and calculated exactly how that's going to work. So that is coming. So that's VTRU stake. Next up is the bridge, which is really, really exciting. So we're calling our bridge the transporter, and it has 2 features. One is about bridging NFTs, and the other is about bridging fungible tokens. Both fungible and non-fungible tokens are supported. So right now, the NFT feature is actually ready. So we can bridge NFTs from other blockchains. And we were prepared to sort of do the reverse also, where you can send them back. But in talking with the CryptoLink team, the team that, whose technology we are using for the bridge, it turns out that there is a big issue. And that issue is that on the other side, when you send an NFT from Vitruveo to another chain, CryptoLink's bridge software requires us at this end to deposit the gas fees into their contract first before the bridge activity can be carried out. Now, obviously, as you know, if you think about Ethereum, etc., that's cost prohibitive. When a user wants to bridge their NFT back to an expensive blockchain, we have to charge them gas because we obviously can't pay for that gas ourselves. That would be a crazy large bill that we can't foot. And I don't know many users who'd like to pay that big bill. So our options right now are make it an upgradable contract, but keep it one way. So from other blockchains to Vitruveo, where we are paying the gas, but the gas is so minimal, it's not a problem. And then in the future, we decide on how we can do the reverse of it. If there is a good solution we can have where we don't have to pay the gas fee. So we're kind of leaning towards that solution where it's an upgradable contract, so we can change it, but we release the feature now. So at least the one-way sort of bridge will be activated. So that's the NFT part of it. Now, the second part of it is the USDC part. So we decided we're going to do it via Polygon. And so we've got both contracts, Vitruveo and Polygon deployed. Circle, the company behind USDC, is reviewing our testnet implementation of them, and there's a good chance that that's going to be greenlit, and we are projecting a USDC activation on mainnet next week. So what that means is next week you will be able to have USDC on Polygon, and you will be able to bridge it over to Vitruveo. On Vitruveo, it'll be called USDC.pol. So that's the convention. Circle requires that you use the first three letters of the chain you're coming from, and this has a fee associated, which is from CryptoLink, which is a 25-cent fee. So when you do that, you are charged 25 cents either way. So if you're going from Polygon to Vitruveo or Vitruveo to Polygon, you pay 25 cents. There are no other fees. There are gas costs, but we absorb those gas costs for you. At least for now, there are no other fees. Again, that's for now. We might change that in the future. But what that does do is open up now the possibility of, on our DEX, being able to create pairs for any of the meme tokens, etc., with USDC.pol. So we are really excited about that. Of course, you will need to provide liquidity for that. And one of the criteria that Circle uses in determining when to transition us from the bridged USDC to native USDC is the volume. So we hope that people will take advantage of the USDC on our chain next week, which is a big event, and also start creating pairs, etc., with USDC in addition to Vitro. So it's going to be a big moment for us, and I'm excited to bring Transporter and make it live. And like I said, with NFTs, for now we're going to do the one-way thing, but the contract will be upgradable. So in the future, we will provide a pathway back from Vitruveo to other chains. But for right now, we are just gonna keep it one way. But USDC will be both ways, so that's not a problem at all. You can go from Polygon to Vitruveo or Vitruveo to Polygon. And Jason Statham will be there to make sure that everything is secure. All right, going on to the VTRU suite. So, but first, sip of chai. All right. Now, VTRU Suite is going to have its spotlight moment next week. So what we are targeting right now is the release of two of these projects, VTRU Studio and VTRU Search next week. So we are looking at Monday, possibly early Tuesday, but mostly Monday, for the VTRU Studio Phase 2 to be available. What is that Phase 2? Phase 2 is where artists can consign their work to the blockchain. So we have finished all sort of the Web 2 part, and we were waiting on the Web 3 part. This involved essentially getting a creator credit, creating the contract for the artist, and all of that. And so that, and also putting the metadata on chain. So that all is going to be available, and we will enable artists to start consigning their work. Shortly after that, at the end of the week, VTRU Search will be activated. So all this consigned artwork that is going to start coming in will be available for booster investors to start redeeming their collector credits and to start collecting. So we are really, really excited about that. And as I showed you sort of last week, we've got the search in play already, and it's looking really good. We've had a number of enhancements made that people had suggested. We've also got some changes here in sort of our filters. We are adding more features in the curate stack capability. So let me just show what has changed there. You can see the checkboxes are now here on the right, making them much more legible and easier. And also you can see how now you need to log in order to publish your stack. Why do you need to log in? Well, because every curator after the genesis, when there is a sale from your stack, you earn money. And so we need to know how much money, how much percentage upsell you need from your stack. So that's why we're going to have you log in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here with my email ID. I'll get the code sent. See, I'll check my handy dandy phone here for that. And let's see, where are you, code? Still waiting. Come on. My phone always takes longer for email to come. I don't know why, but it'll show up. I hope I put the right address. I was not paying attention while I was typing. So let me make sure I did not make a typo there. Right. Should be okay now. Yeah, when you do live demos is when things work the slowest, always. Come on. I'm sure anyone else who tries this right now gets the code right away. I got a code, but it's an older one. Sorry, guys. I don't know what my phone is doing. It's sitting there and my mail client is, you know what? I'm going to restart that mail app and hopefully get my mail. Oh, well. If I don't see it, I wanted to demo a cool feature for you guys. All right. Yeah, not sure why I'm not getting that code, but it's my mail is busted. But anyway, in any event, this curation factor is really important because it allows us to publish to multiple channels. One of the things that we hope to do out of it is to give you a very dynamic ability. So the first ability is to publish to a video feed. So we're going to dynamically generate a video for you. And I wanted to kind of demonstrate that. Give me a second here, and I'll actually pull up a sample video that we created earlier, and I'll show that to you. So what happens when you curate a stack like this is it generates a dynamic video for you. So this is not fully formatted, etc., but you will see the type of video we create. So this has audio, and really what we want to do is convert the world of artists right now, where the artist is the only salesperson. So we want to make it where everybody is a salesperson. So everyone can curate stacks, and publish a video with an upsell percentage. So maybe it's 10% or something. So when someone clicks your video and buys an artwork from there, you get 10% of the sale, and the artist gets their money. So we are still wrapping this up. As you can see, we still got some issues to work through, but we're going to work through them over the weekend. And this is what you will see at the end of next week. So we still got some time to fix the issues, but I'm really excited about it because these studio and search are both super important to the artist experience. The other thing we're doing here, which I also should demo real quick, is we are making you're beginning to see the early version of VTRU Store. So it's not fully done, but I'll pull up the page here. But it's still very early, but it's coming together. So what you're seeing here is sort of the landing page for the artwork, and you see here it says Mint NFT. So it's going to have the license type, the price, and the collector credits available. So when you connect to this page with your wallet, it's going to check how many collector credits you have and enumerate those, and based upon that, you'll be able to mint the NFT or not. And you're going to see all the metadata here. So this is Fur's artwork, and it looks great. So you've got lots of detail about the artwork. You'll also have the artist picture here. You'll be able to link to them, etc. So we are attempting to create one of the most interesting and most information-packed and utility-packed landing pages that exists of anywhere out there. And let me tell you something else that we are doing that is really, really exciting. So for this landing page, while it will say store.vitruveo.xyz, it's actually a static landing page. The reason it's a static landing page is because every time an artist consigns their work to Vitruveo, we update something called a sitemap. A sitemap is an industry standard that all the search engines came up with. And what we do is the moment you consign it, the sitemap is updated. The search engine gets this landing page with all your metadata and all the images. So you got your preview image, your original image, your exhibition image, maybe your back to the behind the scenes, etc. It's got your creator information. It's got a link to your creator website that instantly is fed into Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, all the search engines, immediately making the discoverability. Remember, Vitruveo is all about marketing and discoverability of the artist. We require the artist to do zero marketing. We're going to take care of it, and we're going to make every person in the world your marketer. So that's what this is all geared towards. And so if you're not in sort of the NFT art space, this might not resonate with you as much. But believe me, as artists who are in the space, who are working really hard every day to even get one tweet to be displayed to more than a handful of people, this is explosive in terms of the reach that you're going to get. So you consign your artwork to Vitruveo, and it's fed to all the search engines. Anyone who wants to curate a stack can curate a stack. They can publish to video, they can publish to image galleries, they can publish to web, they can publish to RSS feeds, they can publish to Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. So we are going to make every person in the world a salesperson for your artwork. And why would they do that? Well, because they can make money. So as a curator, they make money. And as an artist, you make money. And as a platform, we make money because we get a portion of the sales fee, and also our Vitru coin appreciates in value. All of this ties back to the Vitru coin. We want that to appreciate in value, and so this is the gateway to that. And it's going to take some time for everyone to sort of connect the dots, but there's a lot of dots here, and believe me, they're all connected. It's a matter of getting to market and seeing how these how these all fit together. But there is a big strategy at play here, and it is all coming together really, really well. But anyway, so our booster investors are going to have first dibs at the artworks. And so I encourage all the artists who are in the Genesis to start submitting the artwork starting next Monday, latest Tuesday. you'll be able to consign your artwork, and it becomes live, and collectors can start collecting it at the end of next week. So that's kind of the timeline we are looking at right now. Super excited about that coming together. All right, so one of the things we are doing with Studio is something called CA2P certification. So CA2P is the industry standard created initially by Adobe and Microsoft and others, and more recently Google has jumped onto that bandwagon. But what it is a content authenticity initiative. It allows people to essentially sign media and state digitally and in a verifiable way where the origin of that media is. So we are going to essentially sign every asset published by every artist from our protocol and say that we vouch that the artist has provided this here, and that's the asset that's there. So we are working through the certification process, and in that they require a lot of validation. So honestly, for the past 2 or 3 days, I've been filling out so many forms. It's mind-numbing, but they do verify everything about your business, about where you are, where you're incorporated, the history, the directors, all of that. So we are waiting on that certificate, and it turns out that they will only ship the certificate in a digital format on a USB stick to the registered address. Now, our registered business address is in the British Virgin Islands in Tortola. So we have an agent there, so they'll forward it to me. But I hope I can convince them to send it to me directly. But anyway, we'll get that certificate and we'll be able to sign. But until then, we'll do a self-signed certificate. And once we get our own, we'll re-sign all those, the media that we self-signed. But here's the cool part. Any artwork. So you take this, any artwork file that you find on Vitruveo, whatever it is, you will be able to take that artwork file. You can just right-click, save it, and take it, and you'll be able to go to contentcredentials.org/verify. Let me go to that here. So it's right here, actually. So you'll be able to go to this verify page. And actually, there are many other verification pages. Adobe has some, Microsoft has some, Google has some. You can drop your file in here, and it will state the origin. It'll state the metadata, and it will state that it came from VTRU Studio. So that is the level of sort of authenticity validation that we want to do for our artists, and make sure that, and really for our collectors and art appreciators also. If you're going to get an artwork from Vitruveo, you know that there's a chain of events that happen. 1, the creator went through creator KYC, so we know who they are. 2, they uploaded their artwork. 3, we consigned it to the blockchain after signing it, and that signature ties back to the KYC creator. So when it comes to safety and reducing or really eliminating the impact of scammers, this is going to be a big deal in the world of Web3 art, and we're really excited about that. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about revenue flow, because I think when I talk about Studio and Suite, etc., I think most of the crypto investors probably tune out a little bit. But I want you to understand that this is really, really important for you. And here's why. So I just showed you Search. I showed how people can create stacks. Anyone can create stacks. Well, what's the purpose of the stack? The purpose of the stack is an advertorial. It's an advertisement for a set of artworks. So your reach is different from my reach, which is different from someone else's reach, etc. Right? So the idea is that we create these stacks and we promote them through our different channels. And when we get a sale from one of those, there is a fee that's generated. That fee is then distributed among the curator. So if you curated the stack, you make money. So if you happen to be in a community of I don't know, bicycle loving people, you should go find artworks that are bicycle oriented, create stacks, and promote them among your bicycle loving friends, and see if maybe one of them wants to buy one of them. And if they do, you make money as a curator. Next, if you're a booster investor, you get a piece of that rev share, right? The fee that goes to that is collected is divvied up. So as a booster investor, you're going to get a portion of that. So that is how sort of the fee makes its way back. It starts with Search, but it goes to stacks, sales, and then the fee is done when someone collects it and is then distributed, and the remaining part goes into treasury. Now, we are committed to the first 1,000 artists, the Genesis artists. We said that there will be fixed fee, etc. So there's no additional fees coming from that. But 1,001 onward, this thing kicks in, and the fee sharing structure, the fee earning structure, the revenue structure, all kicks in. So you're going to see the beginning of that next week. And as the artists onboard and we get to that 1,000 number, immediately after that, all these fees start flowing in, and it's all real time. Our intent is that all the fees, etc., are all real time. They're always there. Whenever someone wants to hit a claim button, just like you have in Scope, they can hit a claim button and claim whatever income they will have realized to that point. So the income from art sales is not a pipe dream that is months or weeks or years away. It is coming up very, very shortly. And I'm really excited about it because it is a transformative and very innovative way for a blockchain to kind of incentivize and its investors. So I've always said Vitruveo is about aligning the incentives for crypto investors and creators. And here we go. You're going to start seeing this in action here as the creators create their works, they get sold, and the crypto investors make money. So it's going to now. I don't want to give any misinformation. There's still a ramp up. It's going to take some time to ramp things up, but that's the story of every startup, right? No startup grows from 0 to 100 million like that. You have to sort of ramp your way up to it, and we are going to continually improve, refine, come up with new ideas, etc. But the journey has begun there. So I'm really excited about that. All right. Next up is VTRU Stream. So we've started the process now. Now that we are in the phase where we can have consigned artworks and the ability to curate them, we are starting to work on the subscription packages for VTRU Stream, our streaming solution. But first, a sip of chai. All right. So here's how we are thinking about our streaming packages. We are thinking about them in three ways. The first is a consumer-oriented package. So any device manufacturer or consumer can promote this. So if you happen to have a display you sell as sort of a photo or portrait display hardware, you could bundle our offering with it for consumers. So there, the subscriber pays a monthly fee from available tiers. So we'll have, your usual tiers. You'll have your basic, your pro, your premium kind of tiers. We'll probably name them something else, but you get the idea here. And the playlists that will be available to the subscribers will be vetted from community curations. So we have thousands of artists who are really, really good with curation. So they'll be curating playlists, just like on Spotify. Spotify consists of people who love music curating beautiful playlists that we then consume, right? Same model. So this is a Spotify of art is what we are building here. So these playlists, what we'll do is we'll filter them. Not every playlist will be eligible for being in a subscription package. So we'll filter them a little bit. And then basically it's available for people to subscribe to. And when a person subscribes, they are paying a monthly fee. And that monthly fee then gets divvied up. A portion of it goes to the device manufacturer or whoever referred it. They get a referral fee. A portion goes to the curator because they are the ones who curated it. And then a portion goes to the artist because they are the ones whose art is on display. So obviously, it's proportionate to the level of impact there, the artist being the one who has the most impact on it. And so they get the biggest fee. So, but the idea here is that everyone is getting a recurring income out of this. And that's what we are really excited about doing. Vitruveo is all about recurring income, and Stream is the way we're going to get there. So the next category we're going to have is partner. So this is where any device manufacturer can white label our offering. It's Vitruveo under the hood, but they can brand it however they want. So they pay us a monthly fee, and again, that's tiered based upon the capabilities they want. They want their own portal, they want their own landing page, etc. So there'll be different options available there. So they'll pay a flat monthly fee, so that's revenue to the protocol. And then they will use their own experts to curate bundles for their subscribers. So there's a global pool of artwork available, and hopefully the artists. This will motivate artists to put in their best work on Vitruveo, because look, if your work isn't amazing, no one's going to pick it. To be in a playlist for a stream, it needs to be amazing. So these partners will have their curators curate their own bundles, and what Vitruveo will then do is earn a percentage from whatever they decide to charge. So if someone has a corporate clientele for, I don't know, airport lounges and charges their customers $5,000 a month, that's fine. So we get a portion of that, a significant and healthy portion of that, and we divide that percentage to the artists and the curators, if any of our curators are involved, etc. So that's the partner level. And then the third level we'll have is an enterprise level, where we negotiate everything. So this is kind of how we are thinking about streams. At these downloads, I try and sort of give you early insights into things, and you probably noticed the pattern by now. I'll talk about something, and then a few weeks later you start seeing some wireframes, and then a few weeks after that you start seeing some actual product. So this is it. So as the artists catch up, and we expect them to be in thousands on Vitruveo, we will have this stream offering, and Vitruveo will be the Spotify of art. We will have these amazing playlists of art to liven up every living room, every lobby, every office, every restaurant, hotel. We'll make it where it's the most desirable thing to have Vitruveo stream artwork visible to you on a wall somewhere. So that is coming up. All right, on the train, yeah. All right, now let's talk a little about our capital outlook. I know a lot of people think about that, and I have deliberately not given a lot of information, because I like to give information when it's the right time. So one of the things we are doing right now is we are building up a liquidity and exchange pool. It's no secret that our goal, like everyone's goal, is to get a VTRU centralized exchange listing. But I've said it again and again. We would be absolutely foolish to just say, hey, let's go list VTRU right now. Because what's the outcome of that? The outcome of that is there's a massive sell-off, and then the price tanks. Who wants that? No one wants that. We want to be smart about this. And smart means making sure that we have the right elements in place. And I've shared, I didn't put the slide in this time, but it's basically all about traction, right? But we know that's coming. So you see next week, we're going to launch Studio and Stream. And we're going to have other things also coming together. We've got the USDC coin integration. We are building some more features into our decks also. So all of that is starting to come together. But we are very focused on this. It may not seem like that, but believe me, everything is pointing to that one thing: is when can we get the VTRU listing? But I'm not going to do it prematurely. I don't care how many people ask and how many people say it. I'm going to do it when we feel that the timing is right for us to be able to grow, and not just be a way for people to dump. That's just not a sustainable thing for our business. We want it to grow and be very, very successful. We want Vitruveo to be one of the most successful blockchains out there. So right now we are focused on building up our liquidity and exchange pool, and we have significantly increased our engagement with institutional investors. Our conversations continue. The gating factor right now continues to be traction. This is not a surprise to anyone. I have said this, I don't know how many times, that institutional investors look for traction. It's really that simple. If you go ahead of time, the people are not sitting around with buckets of money saying, oh yeah, here, take some money, take some money. They're going to look at the fundamentals of the business, and traction is one of the most important things. And until you have traction, you're not going to have the ability to close on meaningful deals. You can close on some small deals, but big deals, they require traction. So that's what we are headed towards. And I'm very excited to say that all of this is culminating now. It's coming together really, really well. So we've got Studio plus Search. We've got USDC integration. I fully expect that Honcho will also launch. Their team had some days off because of some religious activities, but that is complete now, and so we should be able to see that happen. And of course, our airdrop, we are pulling it all together. So to give you an idea here, right, we have to get to the point where we have this sort of inflection point, a strategic inflection point of traction. And that is happening now. So we've got an airdrop crypto user acquisition coming up. So that's already started. We've got almost 8,000 users, but we got to go way beyond that. And so we've got the influencer campaign coming in there. That's happening very well. We've got the studio artist acquisition. So we already started the initial foray onto that, but we wanted to finish phase 2, where you actually go and consign to the blockchain. That has been an impediment to date. Now that impediment goes away, and we can start getting artists. We basically, once the Genesis artists are done, it's gates open. Everyone starts coming in. Then the marketplace, the Honcho marketplace will be in place, and we will start having degen acquisition, because there's already a few, at least 5, maybe more than that, projects lined up. So we get those going. And along with that also, by the way, we want to get developers coming in. So it's not just about the degen collectors, but also developers building more projects on there. So we've got a plan for that. And last but not the least, we've got the other side of the equation, the people who are not building, but the people who are buying. So that's our search and stream customer acquisition. We fully intend to make it easy for anyone with a credit card to come and buy and collect this art, and that's going to increase the scope of it. So all of this is coming together, and for all of those who spend their time sort of in Discord complaining, when list, look, it's very simple. When there is traction, and you'll be able to see it, when the traction is all there and all these things come together, is the time when we go list. We are not going to list before that. It's just, it doesn't matter how much people say they want it, because the idea is that we want to have a long-term, sustainable, healthy, very successful business. That's the goal. And that goal is not going to come if we prematurely list our coin. We want to list it when it's hot and things are coming together. So this is all how things are coming together. Let's go on to our next here. Let's talk about our download poets. So for the last season, we've had you collect download poets. Please collect this one too. It's up for the next 24 hours. So we've been creating a list of sort of prizes for the winners, everyone who basically did the whole season. And I'll give you a couple of hints. I'm not able to announce that yet today because we are still finalizing it, but I'll tell you a few of the categories of things you're getting. One is you're going to get airdrop points for sure. So if you're in the airdrop, you're going to get points that will move you up there. You're also potentially going to get some collector credits. So if you've done that, you'll be able to collect some art. There are a few more categories of prizes that we are finalizing, but we'll have that done by next week and award those out and get that going. So that's kind of what we are looking at here, guys, today. I apologize if this was not as in-depth as I would like it to be, but as I mentioned, I am dealing with a sort of a personal issue, trying to get things settled. But try to provide you as much detail as possible, and hopefully you found it useful. Zach, come on here. Let's answer some questions and drink some more chai. So let's go. All right. So you have some starred questions here. Let's take them on. All right. Here's a question from Stanley. Question: rebase on scope didn't happen, so what next? So I already answered this, but I'll kind of rehint it again. We are looking at a decimal precision thing, but we're also looking at an accuracy thing. So by this weekend, scope will be, the core vest contract. Scope is active, but the core vest contract is paused right now. We'll reactivate it. And if you have a significant enough amount in your grant where the rebase impacts the first two decimal places, you will see it. If it doesn't impact the first two decimal places, you won't see it yet. So that's this resolution on that. All right. Mike asks, for collector credits, do they show up in scope or do you need to manually add them to your wallet? Yeah, so the scope, this is what I was saying about the scope NFTs performance thing. It's really with collector credits that it's a, like, you literally have hundreds of NFTs that just show up all of a sudden, and it slows things down in that app. So we're doing some caching there, but they will show up in scope. The idea behind the scope NFTs is to show all NFTs that you have across all contracts. But we'll put a specific section there for the collector credits also. And also, I want to publicly thank Mike. He has been giving me lots of insights into especially the ecosystem with things like communication, and I value his input tremendously. So thank you, Mike. And Mike's a sort of a veteran in this space when it comes to things like event production and creating, working with stock photographies and things like that. So as we get more mature and venture into that territory, Mike's going to be a big asset for us. So thank you, Mike. I really appreciate your input. Okay, so can you give an idea of the Mexi wallet maintenance issue with all Vitro deposits being suspended, being sorted? I don't know. Is it still suspended? Because their node's been operational for a while now, so I don't know. I should. Zach, can you check on the status and see? But they are squared away, so there are no issues currently that I'm aware of.
I will try. I just, I know that since I'm in America, it's going to say suspended, but I'll see if it says anything.
All right. Dadbot, thank you first of all for your service. I have my red. I always remember that on every Friday. Since you mentioned the Vitruveo collector credit, should we create a ticket? No, it's not necessary. We've already done the audit. We know exactly how much is due to each person, so we'll automatically drop whatever balance is needed to everyone. Okay, when will rebase from granted vested coins be ready to claim? Get it? All right. So what is this now? When will rebase from granted vested coins be ready to claim or get it in wallet? Yeah. So again, this is the same thing. It's a decimal precision thing. We'll get it resolved. All right. Let me scroll through the questions here. One of the things people say is, "Hey, Nick, you didn't answer my question, etc." I try and answer questions that I think are of appeal to most people, but yeah, I may not answer this. Kelly Production says, "Much love from me to you and your family, Nick. I wish all the best." Thank you. I really appreciate it. I know people feel like, oh gosh, he's got this issue, he's going to fly to India or whatever, and what happens to Vitruveo? Believe me, like this is still my focus, but as you can imagine, family is really, really important, and so I'm going to do the best to balance the needs of both my families, the Vitruveo family and my related family. Thank you, everyone. I see a lot of good wishes from my dad. Thank you.
We all love you, Nick.
Sorry, thank you. Okay, so there's a question here from Francis about, have you started a finished super early bird booster investors? No, that is still in play. So there's a lot of rewards of different categories that are still in play. So we're trying to sort of, instead of trying to go horizontally where we do all of them at once, and we are trying to just wrap up one first completely and any issues that are there, and then tackle the others. And we're getting better at it. You have to realize that this is all still a learning experience. We are tackling new things, and not perfect yet, but we'll get there. We are learning fast and improving, so we'll get to these also very, very quickly. Not for everything is documented and will be delivered. It's just a matter of when. Let's see here. I think
So this one right here. So Legendary Bastard. Yeah, so we are doing this. So there'll be different tiers of holder rooms. We're just adding all the contracts to the token gating in order for us to be able to do that. We're going to go away from the collab land, and we're going to have our own bot for that. So
I'm still trying to sort out why I don't get my email on my
your two-factor
search. Yeah. What is wrong with my email? I really wanted to. Oh, there we go. See, I log into my desktop mail client and it shows up instantly. So it's a problem with my mobile. Okay.
Sometimes I have issues if I'm using like a third-party Outlook type app, and then I'll go into actual Gmail and log in, and it'll be there.
Okay, cool, guys. I want to show you this because it is ready, and oh my goodness, this is so cool. So let's do this. This is what I wanted to show earlier. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, let's change this. Let's delete. Okay, now let's pick that one. I don't know. Let's pick a few interesting ones. Right? We are curating here. All right. Bam, bam, bam. This is so cool. This is really, really cool. Very excited. 3, 4. Let's pick one more. Let's do that one. All right. So I've curated 6. All right. Here we go, guys. Publish. All right. Video gallery. And oh, this is cached from my previous one. So let me hit reload here. We just got this feature implemented today. So let me do this again. Curate. Sorry about that. I had to reload the page because this is a brand new feature. And I just asked the developers to please just allow me to do it live. And so they haven't tested it or anything like that. But I just wanted to show it to all of you guys because it's really, really exciting. Well, it continues to cache it, but basically it makes the video from your selections. It's not from my current selections. I don't know how to uncache it, but I just did this like a second ago. I bet if I logged out, it will probably go away. But this is really exciting. How do I you know what? Let's do that. Let's log out and refresh. And actually even do this, start a new private window. Let's do that. So studio.vitru.dev. So there's no cache there, hopefully. Oh wait, sorry, the wrong place. I want search.vitru.dev. Okay.
We're seeing your browser window, by the way.
Sorry?
We're seeing your old browser window.
Oh, yeah. I gotta change that. Sorry about that. Stop screen, present, share screen. I always do that, don't I? I always
I do it.
Okay, which one should I show? Let me see. Hang on.
Here's a good question while you do that. Regarding curation, is there a max limit for selected pieces?
Yes, there is. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to think of which window I should be sharing. Which one is it? Okay, this one. This is the one I should be sharing. Share. I think I got the right one. Yeah, I got the right one. Yeah. So there is a limitation. Give me 1 second. I can't talk and think at the same time. Let me do this. And guys, this is, like I said, hot off the presses. So if it doesn't work, don't we'll have it working next week. So yeah, now I need to log in. I'll do that again. And this time I won't trust my phone. I'll get the code of my desktop. There we go. Bam, instantly on my desktop. All right. So now we do publish. There we go. Okay, now we don't have it. This is cool. So then I hit publish. And I've selected 5 images here right now. It takes about 4 to 5 seconds usually. And we're done. And right now we have only one backtrack music and only one slide. All of that's going to change. You're going to have lots of audio, etc. But here we are, guys. Real time, curated, amazing stack videos. So now, by the way, there'll be a cool template. There'll be the artist profile image. There'll be the Vitruveo branding, etc., and it'll be optimized for Twitter. We'll also allow you to choose whether you are publishing to Instagram or whatever, and you'll create that, and then go promote it with one button. We'll give you one button, promote it, and then if anyone sees it and likes that artwork and clicks on it, it comes right back to search with only those artworks showing, just those artworks. And you can initially you'll have to buy them individually, but we'll also have a buy all, so you can buy that whole curation instantly, one click, done, and we'll distribute all the funds to the artists and the curator. So just imagine that, let's say that you have 5 artworks here, each of them are, I don't know, $200, right? So that's what, $1,000, and let's say you marked it up 10% or something like that. So just by creating here, you could potentially make $100, you know. So there is a lot of potential for people to really promote artists and artworks and make some coin in the process. So this is exciting. I cannot tell you how important our multi-channel publishing is going to be. So this is just video gallery, but we've got slideshow, web gallery, we've got PDF, RSS feeds, you name it. We're going to have so many channels that we are going to literally overwhelm social media with Vitruveo art and get that done. So really exciting, and super grateful and thankful to the devs to get it working for this demo.
Yeah, looks great, Nick.
All right, let's see. Gus says it's basically an affiliate program. Well, but it's anything but basic. It's an affiliate program on steroids. But you're right. Like, if people like some art and want to promote it, then they should. But they can make some money in the process. Yeah. All right. So, wow, Dominic says that's pretty amazing. Well done. Thank you. There is much more to come in this curation stack. We are just wrapping up the search engine right now. Believe me, and I say this again and again, our VTRU Search is going to be the most unique and exciting thing Web3 art has seen in a long time, because searching across the entire blockchain with metadata that's on chain, that is huge.
So yes. So someone's asking for a clarification. Are these curated arts that can be streamed on VTRU Stream?
Potentially. So we are going to give you more specialized tools to create VTRU Stream streams, because their theme matters. Remember, you have to think about context, right? One is you're promoting on social media for the purpose of promoting the artist and getting a sale. The other one is you are curating something for a wall in an office or a living room or a bedroom. So the thought process there is significantly different. It has to be more themed. It has to be more elegant and more sophisticated. So yeah, we'll have specialized tools for that. So really excited about that. Yeah, the ease of use is the important part. Yeah, casual art enthusiasts can become curators, definitely. All right, so I have a ton of work to do still to hit our Monday/Tuesday goal for the studio. So I thank all the artists who are going to get us moving on Monday/Tuesday. Fur says you should not announce a date, but that's where we are shooting for. We need to get this done. But studio is wrapping up. We got a busy weekend ahead of us, but we're going to kick ass and make it happen. But I thank everyone for your time and your attention. There's a lot of things on our plate that we will get done. As you know, some of you are joining late because I can see the same questions that we've already answered, re-asked here. But we'll get it done. So Dolores says, can we name our Vitruveo Shopify? No, we would get that would not be a good idea. That's their trademark, and we don't want to infringe on that. So we'll have our store is VTRU Store, and you'll be able to click a button there that says create new store, and you can have your own branded store of a subset of the artworks that are on Vitruveo. So you'll be able to do that. So really excited. Here, Legendary Bastard asks, when Vitru gets listed in a SAX, are we going to be able to buy also from MetaMask and Trust Wallet with a debit credit card? Also, are we building a Vitruveo wallet? So yes, on Vitruveo wallet, we want to create a very unique experience. I don't believe we'll be able to do and TW debit credit card integration, simply because that's their product. We don't have the ability to influence it. But certainly from the VTRU Store, when you hit that mint button, you get to choose how you want to pay, whether you want to pay with a credit card, or you want to pay with Vitru, or you want to pay with collector credits, etc. So all right, that is it for me. I am really excited. Thanks, everyone. And we'll keep you updated. We will do a Discord live here and there as needed. But thanks for all your attention. Some really big events happening next week. And I'm excited to be on this journey with you. But thank you so much.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's been fun. And shout out to everybody in the community that participated in the testnet naming contest and the Senate nomination. We'll publish those lists very soon.
All right. Cool. Have a good weekend.